Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here, and welcome back to Omog's Guide to Shamans. And let me just put Spirit of Wolf on. Yeah, this is the next episode. This one's going to cover 14 to 19, and I'm almost 15. Basically, 8% away from 15. And my level 14 has been spent here at this camp. Now, I've just zoned into Lake Wrath, actually. As you can see over there, there's the ogre. The ogre shaman over there, who's kind of partly involved in the totemic armor quests. There's the zone line there. There's the lake, huge lake. Yeah, and this bandit camp just on the left, and I spent 15 here, 14 here, I should say. And this is kind of what I'm. What I think the thing is, unless you go to Cairns Tower, this is kind of what you do at these levels, particularly if you're soloing. You're kind of a bit nomadic, really. You kind of, you're travelling around trying to find the right spot, and it's difficult to find the right spot at lower levels because level ranges between obviously blue and green are lower. You've got you kind of got less options because there are less mobs that are sort of in the blue range, I guess, because you're a lower level. And so yeah, it's just one of those things where I found it the same, pretty much the same on all of my characters actually, because I didn't really group with any of them particularly. So up until a certain point, probably like 24 to 30, I guess, you're sort of, you're just a bit nomadic. You're travelling around looking for a spot, and that's what I'm doing. So yeah, so this first spot basically is in Lake Wrath. I'm kind of moving my way over towards the Karanas at the moment because for these kind of level ranges, I remember that being my my best option. So that's what I'm doing. As I said, you could go to Cairns Tower and just blast through these levels, but I'm kind of not doing that. I'm kind of, I guess, going. Well, I say slightly with what I know. I mean, I've leveled 2 or 3 characters in Cairns actually. But I'm kind of sticking to the old world at the moment. We'll have plenty of time to do other stuff a bit later on. So yeah, so if you're following me, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going around just doing some. Let's move over here. Yeah, just being fairly nomadic, running around, doing stuffs. So, and this has been a good camp. I mean, normally we'll see what happens here. Oh yeah, so you get like, even though there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's one over the back there. There's 6 at the camp. I mean, essentially you only get 2 at a time, so it's really not too much of a problem. These are all kind of dark blue, and I think they're all kind of dark blue, just about turning green. Even though the experience has been pretty quick, So yeah, so this has been a pretty good camp for this level. You could probably stay here until 16 actually. But I would imagine that things will slow down a fair bit. What I'll do is, while we're doing this, I will check that out to see what's what. We should all, as I kind of said at the end of the last video, you should have all your spells up to level 14. All the spells all the spells essentially. I think that we found a couple of fairly good camps for low level sort of plat farming. Or just luckily kind of found a couple of fairly good ones. Yeah, so it worked out well. I mean, I've got all my spells, and I've probably still got about 100 plat. 50 of that was through selling the Sarcospher fungus. But even so, you'll still have plenty of plat to buy your spells, and that's worked out pretty well actually, because a lot of people do say that they have trouble buying their spells. I think this route seems to have been pretty decent so far. As you can see, this is not bad experience actually, considering that some of these are green even. So yeah, not too bad at all. We definitely want a drowsy and sicken. I'm just getting my conjuration up now. It's starting to move. Yeah, so that's it. That's basically where I've been for this particular level. I'll be moving on after this level. I think, as I said, I'll stick here and I'll see what it's like at 15. See if it actually see if it's actually worth hanging around for another level. As I said, normally I would probably be in the Karanas now, and I've got a few greater light stones to turn in. While assuming that I can turn them in, I know that I know someone mentioned about handing them in to the wrong person, but it was definitely the right person. Well, as far as I'm aware. But just as an ogre shaman, you know, the faction just wasn't. Oh, well, there's two there. I didn't realise that. As an ogre shaman, the faction just wasn't good enough. My faction just didn't work. I was apprehensive, and you appear to need to at least be indifferent. So, yeah, it was a bit frustrating. But I'll try over there anyway because I think all the gypsies are indifferent, so we may be okay. I don't think there's anyone in the camp who will be KOS to me. I think they're all gypsies. There's a guard tower just over to the right, but that's quite a way away. I think the only danger there are probably the griffins and stuff. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. But we're just about to ding, probably after these two, I reckon. There's actually 7 bandits here then, so that's pretty good. I didn't realise that there was. Nearly there. The other thing as well is I'm getting quite a lot of good faction with the Karana residents. So that's pretty useful. Not sort of end of the world one way or the other really, but it at some point in the future it might just give you another option for selling or banking. So yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. But I think it's going to be our 15. Is he a blue? Yeah, he's a blue con. They're mostly all blue cons. There's a few greens. They drop bronze weapons occasionally, so there's a few platform there. There we go. Welcome to level 15. And they also drop the red headbands, or what they call the silk red, the bandit sashes. But I'm not going to be able to turn them in, I don't think. So, you know, I guess I could get like I'm not too bothered about it, but I guess I could get if you can get like a wolf form, maybe that might help you. You can turn them in Kenos. But that may not be the thing to do. Anyway, that's it. Level 15. I will go away, and then I'll probably come back and we'll see if this camp's any good for the next level. Hello guys, welcome back. Rob here, and I've made it to we're in North Karana, I believe. Yeah, North Karana. I'm at the Gypsy camp, and I can indeed turn in the Greater Lightstones to Mersilla. Turn them in. I'm getting about 4% XP per stone at level 15, and she basically gives you something that you sell for, that you then kind of sell it back to her for sort of 10 plat roughly. So there we go. So the plat is flying up. I turned in about 6 or 7, so it's 60-70 plat, which is pretty amazing. And there are a lot of what else? Let's get rid of this. I'm not sure what you do with the light stones. I think she does give you something, but she gives you Runes and Research Volume 3, which sells for 9 silver. So actually, you're better off just selling the light stones just individually. I think probably. Now you've got a choice here, I guess. I mean, I guess we should talk about equipment probably. And if you're a new player and you're kind of starting off sort of untwinked, there's some equipment you're going to want to get. I would recommend. It's going to be difficult for you to get a decent weapon at this level, I guess, probably if you're new, unless someone gives you one. So I would. A weapon's quite important, but also a full set of banded mail, which should cost you about 80-90 plat, and also hit point rings, which I'm wearing here. AC 5 plus 55 hit point rings. So at some point you need to kind of think about starting to pick up some equipment, and these are the things that I would kind of look at. Maybe the rings first, but a weapon is really important. It's difficult to. Your killing is going to be so much slower without a weapon, because at this level you really are going to be. You're going to be tanking stuff essentially with slow. So yeah, let's just zoom out a bit here so I don't get. There's a lot of griffins, a lot of tough griffins wander around here, so you've got to be careful. So you could essentially, I mean, you don't get a great light stone of every drop. They're kind of rare-ish, but we're kind of at the camp now, so it might be an idea just maybe to kill will-o-wisps here at 15. just to get some more, just to get some more greater light stones, turn them in. So if you're a new player, this is what I would recommend. Keep an eye out, obviously, because there's bad juju about. But if you're new, plat's going to be important. So maybe just hang about here killing wisps. You have got monsters running around that will kill you quickly. So there's a burnt out one. I always destroy those because otherwise the wisps stick around and you think it's a wisp when actually it's not. There's a werewolf there. That was Grimtooth there. Holy smoke. Yeah, so there's a griffin there, which is red. So you got to be careful. Just be aware of what's going on around you and stuff. But this could well be a place for you to come. A good chance you'll get some XP, or that won't be as quick as some other places. Yeah, but what you will get is some decent plat. There's a hill giant over there. Yeah, so you really do have to be careful. Not the best spot. Although there are plenty of wisps around here, so yeah. But anyway, you can turn the Great Lightstones in as an evil race at the at the Gypsies in North Karana. So I'll come back when I've kind of got another level. Hello guys, welcome back, Bob here, and well, I'm just going to finish off we're just going to get to level 16 basically. And let me just try this again. Oh well, I've got some experience for that, so I think it isn't. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, so so even though the experience is not as good, still give the light stones to. Well, even though the money isn't as good, still give the light stones to Mercilla, because she does give you some XP. So we've done that. Yeah. So I'm just going to. Yeah. Basically, I'm just going to finish up 16. I farmed up. I killed some wisps. Got a fair amount of XP. I mean, it's slow. You know, I've kind of. Whoops. I'm not sure how long I've spent here. Hour and a half or so, probably. And we're getting. I'm kind of just thinking about, am I going to die horribly here? Is something going to jump out and kill me? I hope not. No, we don't want to do that. And we're just about to ding. Oh, nearly. But you can see, I mean, my plat has essentially come from just doing. I haven't given, all the plat I've got, I've kind of earned since I started leveling, and I know that I know that I was twinked, and that helps to a certain extent. But ultimately, if you're not twinked, you'll just be doing things slower. You won't be doing any less. So, getting getting this much plat you should essentially be able to do the same, if not more, if you're willing to stay around at certain places for a period of time. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, got 3% there, so still getting a fair amount of XP per one. There we go. And let's get ourselves out of here before we die. Before a griffin comes along and eats us. So there you can see 200, 230, 90, 32, about 240 plat I've got so far. You could probably get more than that essentially by kind of farming that spot where the hand is, where the stone hand is in a full swamp for a longer period of time. Farming the wisps here, for a longer period of time. Yeah, it's not difficult. It's just slow. I think that's the thing. People talk about it being difficult, and it's not. Well, it's difficult in the sense that I mean, I better get to it actually. I mean, I've been playing in this mode here, but then that's how it goes. You can see more around you, and you can see if something's going to come and kill you. So I've had to do this while I'm fighting here, so I don't die. But yeah, but other than that, it's been pretty easy going. I don't think I'm going to carry on here killing wisps. I think I might move on. But yeah, but we're level 16, and it's still going relatively smoothly. Now, I know what you're going to say, Bob. You need a magic weapon to kill wisps with. Well, I hadn't forgotten about that. And I've been looking at stuff, and unless unless someone gives you a weapon, obviously it's difficult. But there are a couple of weapons that you might be able to get. Now the first one is a let's what we got here? A light stone. Woohoo! Oh, I didn't sell my last book. Better go and do that before I head off somewhere else. Yeah, there's a couple of weapons basically. You've got a ruined battle-worn Morning Star. This is a no-drop item that drops in Kifakor Forest. Now, obviously, you need to be in a position where someone's in there killing the mobs that drop it, and for you to go and loot it. You know, but that's kind of part of EverQuest, really. That's the whole interacting thing and whatnot. So you've got that side to it. You know, you are going to need to do that. Where did that Griffin go? I didn't like that at all. It just seems to disappear, didn't it? Okay, well, I can't see it, so we won't worry. Let's sell that again. Sell. Okay, let's get out of here. Still loads of wisps around here. Maybe I should just kill some more. That might be the thing to do. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, ruined battle-worn Morning Star drops off a couple of mobs in Kifakor Forest that you're not going to be able to kill yourself, but it might be an idea just to keep an eye on Kifakor to see if there's a like a a raid force or something in there killing the mobs. I think it drops us. Let me just have a quick look for you. I think the one you're more likely to get it from is... Yeah, it drops off of Advisor Zattel, or Gazatl, however those strange Dark Elf pronunciations go. So he's the one that you're more likely to get someone... you're more likely to get someone probably killing him, I think. He's not part of any quests or anything, actually, which is... that's a bit annoying. He does drop a nice haste belt, though, so you will probably find people in there after him. It might be an idea to find out sort of what his spawn's like, and look out for a raid force in there. I know it's not, I know it's not super efficient, and it involves some work, but that's kind of one option. The other option I was looking at, someone asked me what I'm using. I'm using a Jade Mace, which kind of sells for about 1,000. It's kind of a bit less than that. I've seen it. Whoa, a rabid Griffin, and just not taking any notice here. It's bad. It's a bad spot to not be taking any notice. I'm using a Jade Mace for one-handed, which is about 1,000. For two-handed, I'm using the good old Poison Wind Sensor, which most people use it. I think when it for a two-handed blunt for quite some time, and that's about 1,000 as well. So if you're new, you're going to struggle to buy that. But what you could get, let's move out of the way. Move out of the way of that thing. You could get a Springwood Club. It drops from City of Mist and Carnal's Castle, which obviously you're not going to be able to go to and get. But you might find one in EC selling for... The price is weird, actually. I mean, I'm looking at the... I would definitely hold out for a lower price. I mean, the average price seems to be 100 to 200 plat. I've seen someone there selling them for 400, which I think is ripping the crap out of it, to be honest. So don't spend that on it. But I mean, if you farm some of those spots early on that I showed you, maybe you can. No, that's not. There was someone around earlier who was killing wisps and leaving the bodies up with burnt out lightstones on. Happened to be a bard as well. Not making any judgments. Just saying. So Springwood Club is a cheap one-handed blunt magical weapon. It's got some strength. It's got some 5 whiz as well, and it's got a good damage delay ratio. So if you can find one of those, go for it. So that's giving you some options. I know that meet a Wizard Spire, and I'm miles away from that. No thanks, mate. Just get this wisp. So if you can get that, that'll be good. That'll be a good one. It's cheap, and you should be able to afford it with the money that you've got. You may just have to farm stuff for a bit longer. So hopefully by the time you get to this level, you can come here and farm wisps to your heart's content, and then you could use this part of the guide just to get some stuff, save up some money, get some stuff, get yourself some bandage, get some rings if you can, all that kind of thing. So yeah, that's it, guys. So we're level 16. I'm still killing wisps. Maybe I'll just carry on killing wisps. You know, just for a bit. It's as I said, it's at these levels. I'm just picking up levels where I can. Basically, I think that's the thing. And you should do the same. Pick up levels where you can. If you pass a spot that I haven't mentioned and it's got dark blue mobs, well, that you can handle, well, go for it. You know, there's no reason not to. So anyway, guys, yep, I'll end this part of the video here, but I'll be back. Hello, guys, welcome back. Bob here, and I'm still in North Krana, as you can see, but I have just started recording because the swarm have come through. The small mother scowls at you. Oh god, she's red. All the little swarmlings are green. Yeah, but just passing through. It doesn't seem to be doing anything much, really. It's a oh no. Swarm mother has decided to attack a player there. Not sure who that is. Kilwayan is attacking the swarm mother. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming she must drop something, I guess. She's almost dead. I mean, she's red to me, but it doesn't seem as though she's particularly amazingly amazing. Let's go and check out the little swarmlings. Yeah, so I'm still in. This is obviously the guide. I'm still in North Krana. I'm kind of probably going to stay here now until level 17. Am I 16? Yeah, level 17, and then we'll be moving on. These are all scows, and there's a lot of them, so I'm not going to aggro them. But it appears as though they just wander through the zone, which is quite interesting. I think this was some sort of event that happened at some point for a certain patch. As you can see, you've got the green tint as well to the landscape. I'm not quite sure what they do, if there's any purpose to it at all. I'm assuming that she dropped something. Yeah, but that was it. The swarm has just wandered through a gypsy camp. Obviously, gypsies don't care. And the swarmlings don't care. The gypsies there. So yeah, really weird. But anyway, that was that. That was the swarm. I'll get back to it. I will come back when I'm at a new spot. As I said, I'm still in North Krana. I've decided to stay here and just carry on farming wisps for a bit and see how much cash we can earn. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'll speak to you again shortly. Hello, guys, welcome back. Bob here, and we're almost level 19. We're approaching level 19. And for the last kind of couple of levels, really, I've spent here in East Krana, isn't it? Yeah, East Krana, basically. East Krana is a great spot, essentially, you know, 17, 18, maybe low, maybe earlier than that. There's a couple of camps that are quite interesting to sort of, you know, if you kind of want to stay in one zone for a period of time, you don't want to muck about too much travelling and whatnot. East Krana is a good zone. But what I'm going to do first of all is we'll look at another way of dealing with wisps. The thing is, at 14 you get Spirit Strike, and it's a fairly good spell. It's 75 damage, 75 mana. So what I thought I would do is, if you're kind of following the guide, you should be able to find a magic weapon to deal with the wisps, basically. But if not, I thought I would just show you how many Spirit Strikes it takes to deal with a wisp. Basically, the answer to that is kind of 3. If you haven't got a weapon, then I guess you could finish it off with a lower level nuke. What did we get? We've got a light stone there. Okay, so that's kind of like that's a way to deal with wisps, I guess. If you haven't got a magical weapon, it's just another option. And I'll be looking at some other options for you to be sort of killing mobs with, probably from the next video, I think, actually. But first of all, we'll look at we're in East Krana, and we'll look at some camps. So basically, the zone into North Krana, I'll go and show you. Remember where we are. So we're along the zone edge here, and there's a big bandit camp here, basically, with a named bandit called Talus Holton, just here. All the bandits here are green apart from him. It is possible to pull him on his own if you want. So, you know, you could do that every now and again if you were bored. But we're hunting. I've been hunting along this zone line for the last couple of levels. Basically, essentially the Gorge Hounds. They do range in levels. if there's one that says, let's have a look. This one says looks quite risky, but might worth a try. That means that's a bit. That means that's a slightly lower level blue. You will find gorge hounds that say something else. Let's see if I can find one, shall we? No, not that one. Okay, looks kind of dangerous. Now, they're slightly higher level, so they're just a bit under your level. So that those ones will be tougher if you're fighting them. So look out for that. But there's druid rings over there with some druids, which we will be staying away from. But I've been basically fighting along this. I guess it's probably the north wall here, and it's been pretty good. As I said, almost level 19. Things are going slower than they should be. I'm not playing as much as I could be. There's the wooden bridge from North Karana. So you cross the bridge. Over here, along this wall, you'll find loads of gorge hounds to pull. There are other mobs in here that you can kill. There are some griffons that you could kill. Griffons seem to hit harder for some reason. I'm not quite sure if it's just my imagination, but that seems to be the case. We've got a dark stalker here. And actually, seeing as we're sort of pretty close to level 19, I've got to go and buy my spells out here. I didn't buy my spells before I came here. So I've got to go and buy my spells, which is a bit annoying. There you go. Let's deal with this dude. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm pulling with Burst of Flame gently, actually. I'm using Walking Sleep. I've moved on to Walking Sleep, which is what we should be doing. And I'll be using Walking Sleep for quite some time, actually. Because it just makes sense. It's low mana cost, and the effect of the next one you get is not that much higher really, particularly when you first get it. So yeah, and then Sicken, because we need working on our spell skills here. I'm not someone who kind of likes to work on their skills in blocks. I'd rather raise the skills while I'm playing. So Burst of Flame for evocation. Walking Sleep for alteration, Spirit of Bear for Sicken for conjuration, because all of our dots use that. Buffing for abjuration. The only one I ever fall behind here is divination, actually. But once you get invisibility, you can just kind of spam that if you want. So yeah, I'm not sure if this will ding us to 19. It may well do. There we go, 19. Okay, right. So here's the bridge. So that's where I've been hunting for the last couple of levels. You could come here, I think, at 14, a bit earlier. And if you do that, what I would suggest you do is cross the bridge and turn right. Now, this may only be an option if you are... this may only be an option. No, I think it would be okay, actually. I think it would be okay. Over here to the right, you'll come across a gnoll camp, essentially. And during the day, you've got standard gnolls, but during the evening, you've got undead gnolls, and the undead ones are a bit higher in level. So, yeah. You might be able to handle them, but maybe coming at 16 might be a bit more sensible. To be honest with you, what I would do personally if you're a new player is stay in North Karana and just keep doing Lightstones, essentially, because... at level 20, I think what we'd kind of be aiming for, there we go, yeah, so there's a hill here. There's loads of gnolls, basically. Oh, the Gnoll Reaver is actually blue to me, so there's another option here for hunting, which is pretty cool. Let's try an undead one. I've spent many an hour at this camp with various characters. Yeah, pretty good stuff. So yeah, so there's another option here for you. As I said, it might be better for you to stay in North Karana, just because I mean, handing in you'll stop getting XP from wisps, but handing in the lightstones gives you 2 or 3% per lightstone and greater lightstone. So maybe that's the option to go. It will kind of probably take you longer. But in the long run, I think you'll really have the platinum to to do what you want. I mean, I've kind of, what have I got here? Yeah, about 350 or so. I've got to go and buy my level 19 spells. But what you kind of probably need to be aiming towards is a poison wind sensor, I think, probably, for level 20. I think they cost about 1,000. Prices have been coming down, so you might be able to find one cheaper than that. But that's kind of what you'll be aiming for, I think, probably. Maybe your hit point rings. It really depends on how you feel about it, to be honest. I feel that a decent weapon is probably more important, but, you know, see how you get on. Let's nuke this guy. So I mean, I guess one of the things to remember is that your what we got there, rawhide belt. If you're not tuned, your tactics might be a bit different. You know, I mean, you can still kill these mobs, but you might find yourself having to use Spirit Strike, you know, and whatnot. And I'll be honest, things are going to slow down here. But then I think probably if you're new or if you're really into the game, that's kind of what it's all about. It's about the grind, isn't it? So I would expect someone to be really grinding the levels out. I mean, I'm not, to be honest with you. I'm playing EverQuest, but I'm playing different games as well at the moment. So, you know, I'm not dedicating as much time to it as I probably could be. But if it's the only game you're playing, it shouldn't be too bad for you because you'll just be grinding away, and things will be decent. Now, what I'm going to do is, a few people have asked me about equipment and what I'm currently using. So I'll go through my list of stuff I've got. I've got 2 forest loops, which drop from giants in Warslick Woods, essentially, and other places. But the giant forts in various zones in Kunark. I've got a chipped bone collar. We've got Bloodstone Eye Patch. Totemic Helm, which I quested for. We've got hit point rings. I haven't got is it the Velium versions? I haven't got those. just the normal ones. Chip bone bracelet. 2 of those. They drop from various places. Ogres in West Khorana, which you probably wouldn't be killing if you were, you know, if you're an ogre yourself. Jaundice bone van braces. Jaundice bone gauntlets. You can probably find something a bit more useful to you actually at this level with some stats on. I mean, I've kind of got them because I was using the buffs on them with a different character. So yeah, tattered mantle. Totemic breastplate, which you can quest for. Mammified cloak. Just check all these things on the wiki basically. I've got a flowing black silk sash, which is pretty good. You know, you're not going to have that probably unless you're super twinked. Gator scale leggings, jaundice bone boots, range slot. I've got howling harpoon. Bear in mind that all this stuff I've collected over a long period of time. Poison wind sensor, which I think you should be looking to get at 20 or as close to level 20 as you can. I think that'll be pretty good. And what weapons am I using? Yeah, poison wind sensor for 2-handed, and I've got a jade mace and a clay guardian shield for when I'm raising with 1-handed. At 20, I'll be exclusively doing 2-handed, but I'll probably I'll keep my 1-handed skill up for the very very small 0.0000001% chance that I ever get that 1-handed blunt super weapon that procs a direct damage thing, which I'll probably never get because there's no drop on it on a big dragon. So yeah, so that's it. That's my equipment. I'm just going to go and buy some spells. So let's go and do that. So yeah, so East Khorana, I'm going to be coming back here. There's tons of blue mobs at even at level 19. So we're going to be hunting here probably quite exclusively, I reckon, because this zone will take us to 24 easily, no problems. And yeah, and it will be good. As I said, things are going to be slow for you now. They're kind of quite slow for me, but I would be expecting someone who's kind of really into it and having a good time just to be grinding out the levels basically. Sit in a zone near your camp spot and just grind. That's essentially it. I need to find myself a decent bind spot actually, because I'm currently just bound in Lake Raff, which is kind of like I kind of bound here because it's kind of like a halfway point between between the Khораnas and Ogok really. A greater zombie, cool. Some, it's probably another decent spot. I don't know how often you'll get single pulls. and you only get the you only get the undead at night. So yeah, probably not super duper. So here we are in Lake Raff, soaking in the atmosphere, listening to the sounds of the zone, watching the sun. What's the time? I don't know because I've got my UI off. Game time is 5 AM, so the sun's just coming up, which is pretty cool. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I kind of do it quite often. Just get rid of the UI and just just soak up the stuff. There's the sun coming up, I guess, behind that hill there. Really nice. Anyway, I'm hoping you're enjoying the guide so far. I'm enjoying it, but it's kind of what I was missing, I think. I guess probably from a recording point of view, I wasn't kind of enjoying my recording that I was doing previously. I'm enjoying it a lot more. I'm not quite sure why that is. It hasn't completely I don't think my Altitis is ever going to be completely cured, as I do also have a new troll shaman that I'm mucking around with, primarily because I wanted to test out the frontal stun thing and the regen thing, essentially. He's kind of like an anonymous character, basically, but I kind of wanted to test that out to see what's what, and maybe give an upgraded sort of like a opinion on that a bit later on. So that's never going to be, cured. The tough thing with the troll is I've nailed the name. I've absolutely nailed the name. I love the name, and that's kind of pulling me back to him every now and again to sort of muck about. But there you go. That's what happens. That's how I play, and I think that's probably why I'm enjoying things more now. I'm enjoying my recording more, and I think a couple of people have mentioned it. It sounds like I am, because I'm just kind of, rather than worrying about what the minority of people think, I'm just kind of doing what I want to do. So yeah. What we got here? Watch out for the Cyclopses and the Skeletons. Look at that, it's a great game without the UI. Just looking around, even just watching this Cyclops wander around. The models have got such character that, it's pretty awesome. Anyway guys, I'm going to end the video here. We're level 19. The guide is slow going at the moment, but to be honest, that is purely because I'm not really playing the game too much. I think 19 to 24 are probably a bit quicker actually, because I'm in one zone, and there's an abundance of mobs of blue mobs, so it's just easy really for me to basically just keep grinding away. So I think 24 will be coming up pretty soon. Thanks for all the comments. I do read all the comments, even if I'm pretty crap at responding to them. I know some people have made some suggestions. A couple of people have said that they've tried out a couple of the camps. They were really good, particularly the one near the troll shaman, the sort of like the shaman spell vendor in Innerfall Swamp. That's a pretty good one, that one. I'd been there before, but I wasn't earning the plat that I was at that point, sort of as I was just recently. So I don't know. I know someone said they kind of changed the drops of the snakes, in particular snake fangs maybe. So that was a pretty good spot, that one. Hopefully we'll find some more spots like that as we go along. But that's where we are. We're level 19. We've got plenty of cash for our spells, and I think overall for this particular video, this particular leveling stretch, I would probably say that spend as much time in North Krana as you can killing wisps, because that will basically improve your plat, and that will allow you to buy some equipment. Keep the suggestions coming if you got any. It's all cool. It's all good. I've had some sort of people talk about recording as well, about sort of clearness of the videos and whatnot. I mean, I generally always try and record with Fraps. Fraps is just really good for recording certain games, not all games, but certain games. EverQuest seems to be pretty good for Fraps. Basically what I do is I then just when I sort of encode it or render it, or whatever you want to call it, I just do that at a sort of a fairly high bit rate. so that the quality stays really good. I used to use Virtual Dub, which produces really good quality videos without you having to muck around with anything particularly. But what I've found recently when I've been using it is that the sound's been going out of sync. So my voice is out of sync with what's going on in the game, so I've been using something called FreeMake instead, which has been pretty good. But you do have to up the bit rate on that to get a good quality. Anyway, yeah, that's it, guys. I think for this video, we're level 19. I'm just going to go and get some new spells. We're doing well. It's all going well. Having fun. Hope you are, and I'll speak to you again soon.